Abdullah's alarm goes off for Fajr. The first thing he thinks of after wiping his eyes from the sleep is checking Instagram. It's not even a thought at this point, it's an urge. He gives in to that urge, but promises himself he will just check Instagram to see if Basic Bushra replied to his DM from yesterday. She hasn't. Abdullah feels a strong sense of disappointment in the pit of his stomach. To make himself feel better, he mindlessly forgets the promise he made himself and proceeds to zombie check all his social medias: WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Next thing he knows, 20 minutes have passed, and not only did Basic Bushra not reply, but now Abdullah doesn't have the same sense of energy and enthusiasm for the day like he did just 20 minutes before. The only way he can describe it is how your stomach feels after eating a plate full of greasy, oily, sugary junk food. Just instead of a bloated stomach, Abdullah's brain is suffering from indigestion, constipation, and bloating. Abdullah sinks disappointedly back into bed and promises himself he'll get up for prayer in 5 minutes. 2 hours later, his second alarm goes off for uni. Abdullah missed Fajr. This scenario, if you have social media, which you do because you're watching me on YouTube right now, is a scenario that everyone can relate to, including myself. I consider myself to be quite a disciplined man, and yet, I suffer from these same vices, urges, and sometimes I slip into them as you do. One of the most common vices or urges, pangs that I feel, I sleep at night with white noise, usually a rain sound of some sort or something like this. And even if I put it on the TV, the black screen will still, there's still a light coming from the TV, and I'm very sensitive to light. So what I'll do is I'll put the white noise, which is usually like ocean sounds or rain and ocean and thunder mixed together. I'll put it on my phone. Now, if I place my phone near me, meaning next to me where my hand can reach it, when I wake up in the morning, the first urge I get, like you, is to check Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever. How many views did my video get? Do I have any new DMs? It's the red notification. I can literally see the red notification bell in my head, bruv. Yeah, I can see it there. Like I want to press it in my head. And I found that if I place my phone strategically far away from me, I'm less likely to fall into this habit or into this trap. But why is this such an important point that you don't check your phone first thing in the morning when you wake up, before you have at least accomplished some meaningful task or tasks of some sort? Let me tell you why. My day is usually quite full on, like yours probably as well, whether you're at uni or work or whatever the case may be. But I usually train twice a day as well, once in the morning, once in the evening. I have found that if I give in to my morning urge and I check my social media, not only will I not stick to my promise of just checking for one thing, because that scenario that I just described to you, that our average Abdullah has experienced, is a scenario that many of you can relate to. You're looking for an important message from someone, they haven't replied. You're looking to see if your video has performed to a particular level and it hasn't. You're looking for fill in the blank, and then you feel a sense of disappointment. What do you do to try and rid yourself of that disappointment? You go on a dopamine hunt. You start opening up different social media channels. You'll open up your TikTok, your Telegram, your WhatsApp. Something. Give me my dopamine hit. I need it. And the worst part is, even if you get it, even if you open up another social media app and you do have a notification of some sort that you are looking for, somebody that you are looking to respond back to you has messaged you back, your video did hit a particular amount of views on a different platform, even if it does, if you do get that dopamine thing, dopamine hit, once you put your phone back down, you feel this sickly feeling in your brain. And the motivation that you had when you first woke up to go and attack the day, suddenly that motivation has been diminished. It's been sucked out of you. And this brings me to point number one of why it is so powerful to not check your phone first thing in the morning. When you don't check your phone first thing, you will have 10x more drive to attack your day, the important tasks that you have within your day. 10 times more drive. How? When you already have a stacked, busy day, if you're at university or you're at work and you're working on a difficult project, and you already have tasks or subjects that are difficult for you to wrap your head around, there's a lot of friction involved. It takes a lot of, you have to muster up a lot of energy to finally sit down and say, right, we're going to do this. It already takes a lot of effort. You need as much energy as you can get to attack that task. When you check your phone first thing and you reward yourself, because that's exactly what it is. You're opening your phone and checking your social medias because you are looking for a reward. These social media companies have trained us like animals to look for rewards on their platforms. And at the same time, they'll monetize the time that you are on there. And I'll get to that in a second point. But you are opening up the platform, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Telegram, the Discord, the Twitter, that fill in the blank, because you're looking for a reward of some sort, a notification, a message, an interesting video, whatever the case may be. And if you allow yourself to get into the habit of rewarding yourself before you have attacked a difficult task, you will steal away from the energy you have for that difficult task, because now there is less incentive for you to do the task. Let's flip it in reverse. You have a difficult task to do. You've got a difficult workout first thing. You've got a difficult project that you're working on at work. You've got a difficult assignment or piece of coursework that you need to attack, that you need to do, and there's a deadline. When you don't open up your phone first thing and you don't reward yourself with anything, you have something to look forward to once you have attacked the task, the workout, the project, the assignment, the coursework. You give yourself something to look forward to and then reward yourself with a bit of junk food. I do this with when I have difficult cardio workouts that are either very long or kind of difficult. I will allow myself to consume certain podcasts which I consider junk food. It's not really, but it's interesting conversations to me, but conversations that I wouldn't typically give my time to because they're not tremendously beneficial. Just different people talking about subjects that are of interest to me. I'll allow myself to listen to those podcasts only in the workout. Now, instead of dreading the workout, I actually look forward to the workout. Not because I'm looking forward to the workout, but because I'm looking forward to this interesting conversation. So you can flip it on its head. You can use this dopamine craving that you have to your advantage if you tie it into achieving important tasks for the day. Now, that's during a workout, but if you've got coursework, you can't obviously listen to the podcast during a piece of coursework. You're going to have to attack that task single-mindedly and then reward yourself. Because if you don't, you will physically feel less effort and energy available to you to attack that task. You know what I'm talking about. You can relate exactly to what I'm talking about. And this is how, by the way, you slip into fapping. You slip into porn and masturbation addictions. Why? Because now you're on a hunt for more dopamine. You didn't get what you were quite looking for on the social media platform, so now you need to find it elsewhere. And this is why lots of young men fall into this trap of masturbation and porn, because it's easy, high-level dopamine hits. I have found very useful myself, and this is not easy, but I like to go cold turkey on these things, is that I will prohibit myself from checking any social media platforms until right at the end of the day. This includes after my second workout as well, because I'll work out in the morning, then I'll work during the daytime, then I'll work out in the evening. And what I have found is, even if I check my social medias before the second workout, I literally suck energy and life away from my body and my mind to be able to engage with my full mind in that second workout. Because the workouts are always hard. And there is less, just like 5% less effort and energy available to me. But that 5% is a massive difference when you already don't want to do the workout in the first place. That's a big difference. I need every fraction of a percentage that I can get. So I will allow myself to check my social medias, except for something very important. I need to communicate with my team. And if that's the case, by the way, whereby a lot of your work you require to be on social media, which is the case for me, I need to be in contact with my team. I need to be checking up on different things and so on. Then what I'll do is, TikTok, for example, when I open up the app, I'm like this, I'm ready, I'm waiting. As soon as it opens up, I refuse to allow that first video to play. I refuse. And I'll bam, smash the home button, go to my page. Because if I watch even 1 second of that video, I'm getting sucked in like everyone else. Because that algorithm is next level. Next level. So I'm like waiting, like, oh, load. That thing opens up, boom, smash the home button so that I can't watch the video and I go directly to my page. WhatsApp, if I need to message my team, all messages that I think will be important to me, that I think that I will want to respond to, I'll archive on WhatsApp, swipe right, push them to the side, so that I don't see them when I open up WhatsApp. The only messages that I will see on my home screen when I open up WhatsApp are messages that I don't mind responding to, that I know will not steal a lot of brain real estate from me. And that brings me on to my second point, which is attention residue. Every time you open up your Instagram, every time you consume a TikTok video, every time you watch a YouTube short, every time you scroll through Twitter, every single piece of information that your mind, your eyes lay upon and your mind absorbs, sits there in the back of your brain. It's not eliminated straight away. In the same way that the RAM on a computer is the brain that is able to remember all the different tabs that you have open, the RAM in your brain keeps those tabs open of all the different pieces of content and video and posts that you have consumed, even if you try to forget about it. Think of it like this. You've had a major bust up with someone at work, at college, with your wife, with your brother, your sister, whatever. You've walked away from the scene. You are no longer engaged. You have disengaged from the situation. But tell me, how long is that scene playing on your mind afterwards? How long are you still thinking about that scene, that situation? That is called attention residue. You can't just forget about it straight away. You're a human being. It lingers like a mist, like a fog in the back of your mind. And when you have important tasks to do or difficult tasks to do, which you all do, I know you do, even if you're at uni. Uni's hard, bruv. Uni is difficult. Coursework and all the rest of it, it's not easy. That mist, that fog gets in the way and makes it just that little bit more difficult for you to be able to accomplish that task. Now you might be wondering, how does all of this tie into women or finding a wife, if that's the type of content that you have consumed on my page previously? And the answer to that is very simple. Women can sense the virility on a man. Virility is how, it's the fertile, the word used to describe the fertility of a man, if you like, how virile he is. Women can sense that, they can smell it, they've got a sixth sense for it. When you have allowed the energy and life in your body and mind to be sucked out of you through endlessly checking social media, and then as a result of that, through masturbating or consuming porn, they can sense that limpness inside you. They can smell that there's something weak about this man. There are certain things that are difficult to explain with words and can only be sensed. And women's senses for these things are far more acute than men's are. Probably because the consequences of an intimate relationship with a man are greater for women than they are for men. So they have to be more fine-tuned to these things, because the price of making a bad decision in a relationship is greater for women than it is for men. Women get pregnant, men don't. A man could technically bounce from the scene. A woman ain't bouncing nowhere. The baby grows inside of her. And women can smell this and sense this. They can sense when you are on your grind. They can sense this ruthlessness about you. They can sense the discipline. Because you're so ruthless with yourself, because you're so disciplined with yourself, that smell, that energy, they can sense there is something sharp about this man. Get disciplined with yourself. Allow yourself to check your social media and your phone only after you have achieved, accomplished, attacked the most difficult tasks of your day, even if that means, like myself, checking your phone right at the end of the day. And if you want to understand why women have such an attraction towards disciplined men, why they can't help themselves, check out this video right here.